and me and Marco have decided that it would be a good idea to try and talk through, if that's the right term, to try setting it up on GDK and to kind of document that process. And if there's any issues we find along the way or anywhere we think we can improve the docs, then we can do so. So let me try sharing my screen. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Because I need to do something first to do that. So Marco, you're going to kindly help help me understand.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't really hear because I was checking Twitch.
That's all right, no worries. So let me just hit the share my screen button again and see what the message was that came up. Right, so it says something about privacy settings. Is that right? Right, okay, yeah. Enable location services. I guess it'd be screen recording. Let me just try it one more time. Share screen. Share. Please update the system. Yeah, to allow screen recording for the browser. Okay, that seems reasonably straightforward. Is it ever?
It's funny to see someone else struggle to set up a Mac.
It's a very, very long time since I've used it. Right, so it's saying I'm going to have to quit and reopen Chrome. So I'll be right back, and hopefully it doesn't kill the stream.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Which it probably will, but I won't be a mo. I think I'm back.
Yep. The stream wasn't killed. It was only my face, though.
Excellent. Share my screen. Try and enable that.
Yes.
Yeah, seem all right. Okay.
It's, I don't know if caused by the connection, but it's a bit blurry. It's like it's getting upscaled.
I don't think there's any settings in.
No. Well, you can read it. It's not that you can't.
So there we go. If I need to, I could always, if you tell me the button to press, I could zoom in like that. Any better?
Yeah, it's more visible. It's still a little bit blurry but it's not a problem.
Cool. So what we cheated a little bit, right, Marco, and we jumped ahead and we kind of decided that the default, the one-liner installation only really works for GitLab team members with access to the sort of main repository. I don't think it'd be too challenging for us to run that and then just add the fork as a remote. But our kind of thought was that we could maybe add an additional argument to this script to be able to pass in a fork. So
hi Andrew, he joined.
Hello. So I'm going to bring up the chat window if I can find out how to do it. Yeah, and then I can say hello. Right, so I found, where was it? In here, support, and then install. So Andrew, you can laugh at me not having a clue how to use a Mac, so I can't do Control F. I can't do anything that I'm used to
You
doing.
can do Command F.
But I don't have a command key. Oh, the Windows key.
Yeah, the Windows
Right.
key is like the command key on.
Right, so I can use that to copy and paste and other stuff. That's going to come in super helpful. Thank you. So yeah, it looks like the install script has already got two potential arguments. The directory we want to clone into and the SHA or branch that we want to check out. The other thing that I just need to prep momentarily is, I guess I've already got a fork.
Who might be a bit old.
Very old, so I can't remember even how to do it. So, oh, maybe I haven't. Oh no, GitLab Enterprise Edition.
That one?
I guess it's not this because it's not separate anymore, but let's just do some housekeeping and bin this while I'm here. Archive, transfer, delete. And now that I hopefully know how to copy and paste. Nope, that's what happens when I try and copy paste.
Command C, Command V. So
Winky, see,
Windows
Winky, that's better. I slipped one to the right and used Alt instead of Winky. Right, so we want to start by forking the GitLab project. Let's go. Fork the project into my personal namespace. How the wow.
Maybe we could.
That'll do. GitLab, and this is something we should call out, and let's just have a look on the instructions. So I don't think is there a notes application on here? Notes. I want to scribble some stuff down as we go. New note. Cool. So the first thing is overview. So one line installation, we don't say anywhere here that it's only for team members.
Yeah.
So it's fine if we make it not for team members, but it's just if there are any other bits and pieces. So this seems a bit backwards to me. So we say, I guess we repeat this for each one. So we should follow the dependencies first. So get maker installed by homebrew must be installed. Follow the guide at brew.sh. So I guess I need to do that then.
Yep.
Install it. Right, okay. Copy that to the clipboard, I guess. Nice terminal. Paste it in. Okay. Access. New directories will be created. Yes, happy with that. So while that's wearing away, so yeah, I was cheating because I was jumping ahead to forking the project. So that's the only prerequisite it talks about. So we should really interject at this point, right, and sort of say something along the lines of, if you're not a team member or community member or whatever it is, that you need to fork the project first or link to, because there is something about that in here, right?
It's only mentioned that you can specify the fork.
Okay, so we think that we need to add a note. What would make most sense would be before you even get as far as. So
it could be a point on the prerequisite for only for
Yeah.
contributors.
Yeah. So you go to the one-liner because I want the easy way, but before that it says I need to do the dependencies, and then in the dependencies. Okay. So know about forking first if you're not yeah, so it's install prerequisites.
Also, I think that one of the the space that it's gonna take is only mentioned on the install command, but I think that could go in the prerequisites, because if you don't have enough space, don't even bother.
Right. Where's the whereabouts? Was that sorry?
Try to search for 12 gigs. It was, I don't know.
I guess it's not on this page. But again, there's no reason why that shouldn't be added to the, you know, I don't know if the one line install should, does it really have to be silent, or could we make it interactive? I don't know if that would be better to sort of say, right, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Or it could check itself, because Bash is perfectly capable of doing that, right?
Yeah.
So consider making the install script interactive, asking about team member / fork. Yeah, because it could walk you through the process, right? It could say you're using a Mac, have you got Brew installed, or you need to install Brew, or even just linking to.
Doesn't, oh no, the one-liner doesn't check for Brew. Oh yeah, because that's system dependent. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you can do that in here, can't you? I've definitely seen things where we check. I think maybe even the GDK install script itself does some stuff where it checks which OS you're on and does different things. So, okay, so yeah, it doesn't actually tell you need to fork, so we need to call that out. But I am going to fork, and it's important for the fork to be public when you raise MRs, if you want GitLab team members to kind of help you out and push commits, etc. So call that out as well. Meanwhile, Brew has hopefully installed. No, it's still going.
Oh yeah, because it's gonna install also Xcode and the command line for the compiler.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that's good, because we're still talking, and if it doesn't complete before we're ready, then we could start raising an issue or an MR to make some of the changes. What I was going to do, but I think me and you are both a bit rusty on Bash. What I was going to do was try and kind of copy or download this script, whatever the right term is, and make the change to be able to add the fork URL. Sorry, I've been prompted to enter my password again. Yeah, so it's going and then run it locally. Although I don't even really know. Or I think I do. I don't know. So if we go back to the one-line install. So that basically says to download this. If I do that, does it download it? Quite. So I just do this. Beautiful. And I've got VS Code open already. And I should be able to open the install script. Awesome. Okay, so what I haven't figured out. So I can see that there's 2 arguments.
Yeah.
But
How do we access them?
Yeah, well, access them I think I'm all right with, but how do we pass them in actually was what I was. I guess if we're running it, so let me open up a new terminal. So yeah, if we do this, I guess it would be kind of like path to folder space branch name, right?
Yeah.
Albeit that even that, we're going to have to do a bit of Google fill or whatever to understand quite how this. I'm thinking that this is take the second command line argument, and if it's not present, then default to.
Oh,
this.
yeah. Could be.
That's what I'm thinking. But because of the way that you do the one-line installation like this, I'm not into. So I guess what it says is it says grab the content of this file and just kind of execute is not the right. Well, not exactly. I think it's almost like paste it into the bash shell kind of thing. So it doesn't even download it, save it to a file, and then run the file.
Yeah.
I could really do someone that.
Yeah, I guess that to test it locally instead of running the install script, you should cut it and pipe
Great
in.
idea. Great idea. Yeah, that makes sense. So that's what I was trying to work out. So why is this the second and this is the third? Is that because the first is bash, or the first is the content of the install script? So
maybe the current directory.
Possibly. So what I was going to do, so we've got error ensure GDK install echo. So I'm trying to work out. So do you think this is, so it starts by running this essentially, echoes all of this. If not, ensure root, error, blah, 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 blah. And then it kind of does this. These are the kind of commands. So what I was thinking we might be able to do is kind of exit, so we don't actually do anything. And then before that, we could just try to kind of print a few of these variables. And we could even try, so echo. So would it be like that? We just did that to start with.
Yeah.
Okay, so Control C weirdly does work in this terminal. I don't have to do weird.
That one does.
Okay, so I can save that script. So should I try it first just by cat install bash and see what happens?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, so bash looks like it's the first. First, so that kind of makes sense why this one is the second and this one is the third. And so I assume then if I was to do this.
Yeah, we're gonna write bash test default.
Hopefully. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so this is our newbie's guide to bash. So, and if because even more so, I want to try doing param1, param2. Okay. So how do we pass them in? Is it this way? So So it's going to paste the content of.
Oh, you need to use the -s, like pipe bash space -s, and then the arguments.
Like that?
Yeah. Let's try. Yep.
Beautiful. Was that just a Google?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so even that, the fact that there are arguments, other
Yeah.
arguments that can be used, it
Explain what
might be
arguments.
helpful. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just make a mention because they're self-documenting, i.e. they're documented in the install script itself. I think it would be okay to just kind of say that there are some. We could maybe mention what they are, but not in any real detail, and just link to the script to say.
Yeah, but to be honest, I mean, having the arguments, in this case, positional arguments. If you want to specify a fork, you need to specify also the folder and the branch name.
So how about changing them to environment variables or something like that? Would that be easier?
No, I was thinking more about making the script interactive, asking, do you want a fork?
Of course, yeah.
Because this way you wouldn't even need to explain that there are arguments. Because
I like your thinking. We'll see what the GDK maintainers have to say. But I love that idea. So we could document the parameters / arguments, but they suffer from, what do you want to call it? You can't use one at position 3. Use one at position 3 without having position 1 and 2. If we make the script interactive, we solve all the issues within self-documenting. Yards. Love it. Right. I'm told that this is complete. It says run 2 commands in your terminal to add homebrew to your path.
Yeah.
So I guess I just do that.
You can try to open a new terminal without closing this one to make sure that the environment variables have been picked up. Because the first time I ran this, I screwed it up and I didn't have the commands available anymore.
Okay. So we'll just so if we just kill this. How do you bring up the what's it called, the spotlight?
The spotlight. In your instance, you do Win key spacebar.
Thank you very much. I should write all this down. Right, so I just want to do brew help and see if it works, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's good. Okay, so we've got our dependencies installed. We've got our fork made.
One of the dependencies.
There were more. I think that was the only one.
Yeah, but then you need to install the ASDF.
So the one-line install does that.
Oh, so you want to actually use the one-line install?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What I'm hoping we can do is, I don't know about going as far as making this all interactive. Maybe I do. Maybe I would like to do that. Are you happy for us to? I feel like it shouldn't be the biggest job in the world.
No, I don't think so. I actually did something similar recently.
So instead of defining these up here, GDK install, GDK.
Okay, it's really easy.
So I was thinking just taking those out from there. And then, so I should have really done, this is one. For more information, visit here. So it can be found there. And then let's move that down a little bit. Don't really need it anyway. Now we know how it works. But yeah, so we would echo something to kind of say, where would you like to install GDK? And then something like,
I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna send you a link to the old and trusty Stack Overflow.
Thank you. Which medium did you? Okay.
Yeah, on Discord. Do you want?
No, that's great. That's great. So read name equals. So I'll just steal that. Are we fairly? We're sort of expecting this is universal. If that's the right word, it'll work on any OS.
Oh, I hope so.
Bash and shell. Yeah, I reckon it will. So instead of echo, we'll move that to there, I guess. So we'll say this is
well, we could use the GDK install there, and then like they do down below, yeah.
And then default to that. And then we'll echo that. So, and then same again, all right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we really want to make sure that, for example, anyone has, let's say, a script that calls this script and already has the second and third parameter set up to speed things up, maybe we could even check if the second parameter is there. Don't ask, use that instead.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not gonna for the moment.
Oh, no. That's only one thing so that we remember to handle that.
So last one. So we need to change the wordage here.
Branch.
I don't know whether to spell out branch.
What? Okay, but GitLab branch, I guess.
No, I think it's the GDK branch because we don't have main in GitLab.
Yeah, really? Yeah. That's strange.
I think it allows.
Yeah, because it's cloning the GDK, not GitLab, because it's GitLab GDK install. That's its cloning.
Exactly.
Oh, trippy.
So we're gonna say if you are not, how do I say it? If you're not a team member, please for GitLab. No, I don't.
Maybe we should split this one. I'm in 2 lines. For example, one for with the like a warning. If you're not a GitLab team member, fork the project, then come back.
I prefer that. I do. Thank you. If you're example, it's actually this one that we want, isn't it? It's not this generic thing.
Yeah.
Actually,
And for default, what do we use?
I don't like using that.
Username?
And yeah, something like that. Should I call it out as well? Namespace might even be better, but
Yeah.
and this is going to be GitLab for URL.
Maybe we should explain that, for example, leave empty for cloning the official one.
Yeah. You're right. So the only question is, should we hard code it?
Well,
I'm
I guess we
thinking-
can skip the hard coding and just read the variable. If it's null or empty, then do the default.
Yeah, I was wondering if it'd be easier just to default it to
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
this, rather than us having to do sort of ifs and buts and maybes. But I don't know if it cares or. And I also don't know if we need to quote any of this because of slashes but I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that for the moment. We can improve the wordage in a minute.
Yeah.
So that should do the trick. Watch it explode. Okay, it didn't prompt. Let me just read that article that you sent me. You can use parameter expansion.
Oh, dash E and dash E. There's another one down below.
Oh yeah.
Dash E dash P. I don't really.
Dash read. Dash read. From prompt. It looks like it should work, doesn't it? So it's just a read.
Unless the problem is that we are not running the script directly.
Possibly. I'm just trying to read. So we would then dash p something and then a variable name at the end.
Yeah.
Some bar.
No coprocess.
Oh, what the hell is that? Okay. When you use source, it's the current shell that reads the file, not the shell mentioned on Assume that your shell is on. Okay. Does that block us?
Well, we can. If you skip the -p, does that work?
Good question.
Because we can echo something before and then read the. Oh, yeah.
Looks promising.
Yes.
We can. So we just take the P out.
Echo that.
That. Same thing here. That. Same thing here. Okay.
Maybe
kind of
this
way.
is a problem. Maybe this is a problem related to not running the script directly.
Yeah, maybe.
Try to run the script directly from the console. Yeah.
Install. I need to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that works.
That blocks us, I guess.
Well, again, let's do a quick Google, and if we don't, so what do you even call bash script from user input?
Oh. Okay. I guess
Don't think that's going to help, though, if I'm honest.
I found something else. This one, maybe. That's also explaining why that might not be working right now.
That makes sense. I'm not changing it back to -p yet.
Oh, no, not that one.
So we're saying at the end of read.
Yes.
Ooh. So test. Hello. Marco.
Yeah. Working.
And if I do it again and I say nothing, get a development kit, main, and awesome. Great work. Okay, so now we'll get rid of that. Why did I just not get rid of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the only thing I need to do now is refer to the instructions on this and add this. Well, not that. Add that.
To the call to GTK install. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
And skip the shallow clone.
GDK. I'm just going to check. There is only yet one reference for that, so it'll be repo equals. I'm scrolling a bit crazy at the moment. That's $1.
Yeah, I guess.
See if we don't need any quotes or anything. So low,
Should be good to go.
Go to that later stage, I suppose. But yeah, I think so. Scary, but okay. So
I guess you should first move to a different folder.
okay, yeah, and maybe I'll take a copy of this as well. So do we have a recommendation? Like,
I don't really think so. I created a development folder under my home folder.
probably go to. I can't do a pipe because I don't know how. There we go. Probably pop it in here if I'm honest. Maybe in. Yeah, I see what you mean. Derivative source.
How did you make a folder source with the capital S and moved into a source with a not capital S?
Great question.
Did you already have a source folder?
No, because I did an LS before, didn't I?
Yeah, but you didn't do ls-al.
Okay. Nothing else in there. I'm going to stress it. Right, I'm in source. I'm going to go into GitLab.com. I'm going to copy my install script. Downloads, right? So install to the current folder. Yay! My poor bash skills. And I'm going to cat like you suggested. Okay, into bash. And we're going to stick with that folder. We're going to stick with that branch, and we are going to paste my URL.
Well, should we try the... Well, no, we can try that later to make sure that passing the URL of the default project.
Oh, you mean rerun it without putting anything in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can do that later.
That was a good start.
Oh, do you need sudo access on macOS? Okay.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought I saw something that said it checks that you weren't running as sudo, but hey ho. So I just rerun it with that.
Yes, or at the start.
That's what I thought. It's a bit contradictory, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the error I saw somewhere, though, what did it say? Yeah, I think it was trying to sudo to do a... it also looks like it tries to install Homebrew, so maybe we don't need that.
Down there, brew command not found.
Yeah, but so
Oh, you already had Visual Studio Code open when you installed Homebrew.
right.
So maybe you need to restart this terminal. Try to
Gotcha.
do a
Okay.
brew help.
Yeah. Okay. Although I know I could have done that a lot more easily, but so find applications. Let's go. So we're going into source. It's got a capital now.
How does that work? It's supposed to be case sensitive.
So I don't know whether I should. No, I'm not going to. Or should I? RM dash R. RM dash R. Didn't really need to do that, but I just wanted to kind of make it a nice fresh. So we were going to cat install into bash. Blank. Blank. And get my mash to keypad. How are we doing for time, by the way? I'm completely oblivious. Oh, it looks like we're done quite a lot. I don't know, will we a late start today? And no. Right.
Win TV.
Come on.
Okay.
But I think if it wants to sudo for anything else, which it may well want to do, that it's going to explode.
Yeah, but it already, Homebrew was found, so yeah, maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, but I just think it might need it for something else. I don't know. Okay, so at this point, we're expecting it to take a while. So let's hope we've been streaming for about 45, 50 minutes. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's already at 6%.
What is it? Is this just pulling the GitLab repo?
Yeah, no, it's Homebrew Cask cloning. No, that's not the GitLab repo.
Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, but okay. So this must be some weird Mac OS stuff that it's doing, right?
Yeah, I think it's updating the Cask repository to know what recipes there are present.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm tempted to go ahead and sort of raise an MR on the GDK project, and if nothing else, it's a talking point, right?
Yeah.
So we'll open this in the web IDE, and we'll paste the content, and we'll just reread and see if we think we should or could improve some of the. Yeah, exactly.
And maybe remove the echo.
Yeah, definitely remove. Yeah, okay. Where are you? There you are. So, is it here? Function. So, where would you like to install GDK? And I'm just thinking about whether we should change it back to the read-p, but I think this is fine, isn't it? It's a bit cleaner because actually you don't have to go to the end of the line to find out what the variable name is. So we've got the GDK. So where would you like to install GDK? What's that? Would it work if you were to pass? I just want to see. Pass. So it work regardless of
spaces.
Well, no, I was going to say actually if it is a relative or an absolute path.
Okay.
I think either would work, right? Because we're just using it to CD into the folder. So I think that would work regardless. We don't have to really say. And default isn't really that. It's just it kind of is.
Well, yeah, it is.
So read that. Which GDK branch would you like to work from? Default is main. Yeah, we don't really need to say anything more than that. The only other thing that I saw is that this sort of something saying that best standard to do that. Do you prefer that or?
Usually you see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing with this one, I guess, it's clear, but I don't know if it could trip someone's out, which the GDK branch, which is the branch of the GDK, and that makes sense.
Oh, so
But
you think we should emphasize this is not a GitLab branch? This is the
yeah, because you're trying to install the GDK, okay, but that's going to clone the GitLab repo, and yeah.
GDK.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get. I don't know if tech writers really get involved in the GDK project or not, but certainly the maintainers, reviewers will help us a little bit, hopefully, with.
Oh yeah.
And they might say that they've already explored this option of an interactive install, and there's a reason why they haven't done it. But we'll soon find out. We don't need to say that, do we? I'm more inclined to say.
Yeah.
So we don't really need to say fork URL, right? We can say the
GitLab fork yeah.
repo.
Oh yeah, repo, because if you want to use the original.
Then we can even go as far as to say what the default is. So we can just change this to be the same as that is.
Yeah.
And by providing this as an example, I think it's pretty clear that we've just said fork it. And then
yes. So
if you're not seeing, please. I could sort of say and use the fork URL in your next step or something. I'll leave it at that for now.
Yeah. It's definitely better than what it was before.
Good. Awesome. That's it, right?
I guess so. The only thing left might be to check if the arguments are passed. Don't ask them. I don't know if that's.
I don't think I want to do that. But one thing that maybe we could nip in the bud at the same time is some of the. So what notes did I make about the docs? Can't find the notes out. So I said. Call out the fork should be public. So we could do that in here.
And make sure it is public. Yeah.
Check you have 12 gig of space. So again, should that be here? Something? Is there a worry that we need to keep updating that number every time things grow a bit, or?
No, to be honest, I would leave that to the documentation, not to the install script.
Well, all I'm thinking, my intention is to not get rid of the documentation, but
Yeah.
we don't need to document the arguments anymore. We don't need to document the fact that if you're a community member, you need to work from a fork, and this is how to do it, because it's kind of self-documenting. That was my sort of, the more we can just say, well, let's use this script to, but then perhaps if they don't want to use the one-liner, then we need to document it for that. Okay, let's stick to that for the time being. So we could document the parameters and arguments, but we've just said we don't really need to because we've made it self-documenting. So actually, I don't know that we need to. The only thing that we might consider is that it installed Brew. It tried to install Brew itself, right? But then it failed because it couldn't sudo. So.
Yeah, but I would leave that for different MR because.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Let's do it. So mate. Install script interactive. Install script. So
Yeah. Oh.
Went through the GDK install process. What's what we're going to say? Improve
Installation process.
put that in there because I'll put that in the comment. Backwards compatible, test added, documentation, GDK. Yeah, none of that's really relevant, I don't think. Ever the optimist.
Yeah.
Well, it's either no, this sucks. Let's close it, or it's all good. Let's tweak it a tiny little bit, and let's get it over the line. So.
Does that work even here?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, because it should at least.
So we've kind of just done a bit of not documentation, but recorded how to contribute your first MR as well, right?
Everything from start to finish.
We need a type and subtype, which again, I think that because I'm part of the core team, I've got the ability to change the labels and do some other bits and pieces, but I even think as not part of the core team, I can do. Is that right, Marco? Or?
Yep.
I'll get the key right in a minute. So it'd be type.
Maintenance?
Feature or maintenance? It's kind of adds the ability to be able to pass the fault URL in. So
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
gonna. And can we do the subtype as well? Or?
Yeah, we recently changed the permission, so we could also do that.
So feature addition, enhancement, addition.
Yeah.
Nice. Meanwhile, this is chugging, and I think we're at an hour, so it's probably a good place to kind of call time. Do you think?
Yeah, I guess once this is done, it should be straightforward. I mean, it should be working.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've got no idea in terms of like how far it is or isn't through.
I don't know.
And
Oh,
yeah.
this. I think.
I mean, it's still doing homebrew, so I feel like it might
Yeah.
still be at the first step.
Yeah.
But this is a Mac specific thing. What I might consider doing is just do another little stream once it's complete, just me trying to run it. And I guess I'll have to set a GDK root password and a few other bits and pieces, but just to see whether it works.
Yeah, we could also, if you don't want to do that today, because you are going to need to set up GDK again with the main repo and not the fork.
Right.
So you could leave this one as it is and maybe take it from where we've left next week.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. I'm just wondering about a few of the other bits that you have to do. For example, setting up like the host name, the GDK.test host name, and
you do want to set that up, because, for example, I didn't. I'm working on localhost.
I mean, there's some things that maybe that does work. I can't really remember now. I had a feeling that I hit problems when I tried to run like capybara tests if I didn't set up the GDK.test host. And
no, they work, but we might want to try someone out, some capybara tests, mostly because the first time I didn't have Chrome driver installed, and it complained quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So again, my only challenge there is between now and then. Actually, do you know what? I don't run feature specs that often, so I can probably get away with waiting a week before I.
If you want to do that later today, and I don't know if that would be fine, I guess.
Well, let's see how this goes. I will touch base with you later on to let you know.
Okay.
And we'll kind of pick up from there.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Marco.
Thanks to you.
We will catch everyone next week. I'm just going to kill the stream.